The big society means we must face up to this generation's debts, not shirking responsibility. The world has backed us. Our credit rating, which is the mark of trust in our economy, has been preserved. The International Monetary Fund, the G20, even the EU, they are supporting what we're doing.
The IMF supports them because it is they lending the money for bailout and borrow via the Bank of England. The G20 are backing it because it is their script. The EU will back everything that keeps Britain handing over huge sums in order they can hand it back with strings at a shortfall in real terms.
There are things the government does today that it will have to stop doing. Saying to business, faith groups, charities, social enterprises, come in and provide a great service. So let us get our best charities to help rehabilitate offenders. Many government departments will have their budgets cut, on average by 25% over 4 years.
We are now experiencing the reality of the cuts. We are better informed. Cameron is to remove a further 25% of services we pay for out of the hands of our elected government, or out of the hands of the taxpayer. He is to allot that 25% to big business and charities, who will charge the Treasury for their services. Big business and charities pay zero tax. So the taxpayer is left footing a higher bill for 25% of expected services, as it now pays entities that put nothing back into the tax pot. This move creates a 50% loss for the economy, which belongs to the taxpayer. The coalition is handing over 25% of the British state to the corporations. This has to be a case for unjust enrichment.
For too long, we've measured success in tackling poverty by the size of the cheque that we give people. We say, let us measure our success by the chance that we give.
He is, of course, speaking of the chance to become a slave for one of the many corporations benefiting from the work programmes, for 30 hours per week earning below minimum wage. This situation can last as long as the advisors at Job Centre Plus see fit.
Fairness means giving people what they deserve, and what people deserve can depend on how they behave. But if you can work and you refuse to work, we will not let you live off the hard work of others. More freedom to local councils to keep more of the money when they attract businesses to their area, to finance those big new infrastructure projects and to run new services.
So the Prime Minister is going to give more power to the councils. But are councils what we think they are? There used to be a body of elected people. We called them councillors. We do like to make things easy. They would act on behalf of the people. Taxes were collected local to pay for all local services, each answering to their respective county council, then on up to government. We called this democracy. Today we have a model which presents itself as we would expect, but when you pull back the glamour, nothing could be further from the truth. If we take my local council as example, Hyndburn Council presents 35 elected councillors. All seems fine, but when you look deeper into what the council is, the councillors are just a show. The following information is taken from Companies House. The body of councillors, the council, owns 1,000 shares in a corporation called Globe Enterprises Limited. The corporation has a secretary and 5 company directors, but it is when we get to the share allocation that the real story reveals itself. The share allocation is as follows: 500 ordinary shares to businessman James Nevison, 500 ordinary shares to Irene Nevison, 1,000 ordinary shares to Hyndburn Borough Council, 1,000 ordinary shares to Bournefield Contractors. Clearly, the elected council, having only 1/3 share in Globe Enterprises, the share representing the people of Hyndburn, is swamped by the 2/3 owned by a big corporate. As Plato wrote of Socrates, tyranny follows democracy. Ladies and gentlemen, this system is a tyranny.
It is your money, you should know how it is being spent. More freedom for you to be out on the streets, Policing in the way you know best and in a way local people support. The beat meeting on your street, sign up. The neighbourhood group, join up. There are some very special people I want to thank. The people of this party. Now, I can't thank each of you individually, so I'm going to single out just one of you. His name is Harry Beckoff. Harry joined our party in 1929 to fight Stafford Cripps. Since then, across 81 years and 21 elections, Harry's been with us. When Churchill warned of an Iron Curtain, Harry was with us. When this country had never had it so good, Harry was with us. When a lady refused to turn, Harry was with us. And this year, when we fought the general election, Harry, aged 96, was there, manning the loudhailer on the battle bus in Marlborough. And I'm delighted to say, Harry is here with us today. And I tell you something. Harry, without people like you, we wouldn't be here, our party wouldn't be in government. So thank you for everything you've done and everything that you stand for.
Harry Beckoff is a rather interesting choice for Mr Cameron. Born in February 1914 in Bristol, graduating Bristol University in 1935 with honours in philology, specialising in German. As part of an exchange, he was studying in Freiburg University in 1933, witnessing Hitler's rise to power. In 1949, he changed his name by deed poll to Harry Beckoff, different spelling. In a visa dated August 9, 1947, Harry Beckoff is stated to be of Russian descent. Is this the reason for the name change? Harry Beckoff is part of the Marlborough Research Group, which is a big supporter of UKIP. It clearly looks as if David Cameron knew Harry Beckoff personally. The questions raised here are: 1. Harry Beckoff, witnessing the rise of Hitler's machine, cannot then recognise the policies put forward and implemented by this coalition government are a carbon copy of Hitler's machine. Second question raised would be, given the Marlborough Research Group's full support of UKIP, to the point they sponsor public meetings on issues of Europe, inviting speakers on the European issue. How is it they cannot see the coalition are perhaps the most pro-EU government since Edward Heath? Controlled opposition comes to mind here.
When I say I'm Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, I really mean it.